Lockie asks, how do I get my coaches to share my vision?
All right, really, really good question. This is super important because if your coaches don't share your vision, if you're not all going in the same direction together, if you're not all reading from the same hymn sheet, it's like having a cart with a horse at either end. It's never going to go anywhere, right? You have to get everybody on task. You have to get everybody thinking the same way. So here's 3 ways we're going to get our coaches to share our vision. Firstly, we have to get them to understand who our members are, because a lot of coaches lack that empathy to understand who your members are. Quite often, if you ask them who they think the members are, they'll just give you an avatar of themselves, right? If they're a young 20-something-year-old coach, they'll say, oh, I think they're young 20-something-year-old males, right? So firstly, sit down and get your coaches to write out first who they think your average member is, right? So age, sex, marital status, occupation, income, what are their wants, needs, concerns, a full psychographic breakdown of who they think your members are. Then you're going to present them with who your members really are. Now, this isn't your own breakdown that you think, because that again is going to be influenced by your own biases. This is going to be based on the data, the hard data. So go into your system and see, are you predominantly male or female? And then out of that sex, are you predominantly 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 plus, that kind of thing. So use the data as best you can to come up with a data-driven avatar of who your average member is. And then share that with your coaches once they've told you who they think it is. This will be a shock to a lot of your coaches, but it'll allow them to kind of go, oh shit, okay, that's who our member really is. Maybe I need to reconsider who I think I am as a coach, what this box is all about, and what the vision is, right? So first we've got to get them on task with who our members are. Second, we've got to get them to help us define the vision, right? To define our mission. Now, I'm not a big fan of mission statements, right? The corporate mission statements that you see up on the wall, and usually they're just a bunch of really pretty words that mean fuck all. So what I suggest here is get your coaches to just call out a bunch of different words or short phrases that explain the purpose of the place, right? Things like community, general population, safety, that kind of stuff. And you're going to write them up on a whiteboard, and then slowly get rid of the ones that aren't core values, slowly get rid of the ones that don't really matter, and you should be left with 4 or 5, and that's your vision, right? It doesn't need to be a pretty, really well-worded mission statement, right? It can just be a dot point. This is what we're about. Boom, boom, boom. Print that out, put it in the office, put it in the coach's room, and make sure that they're all clear on that, right? You can see why it's important that we bring the coaches into this as well, as opposed to us saying, this is who we are, stick by it, right? That's not what a leader does. That's what a boss does. Don't be a boss, be a leader. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to reinforce that vision, that mission statement with standards, coaching standards. Now, I know a lot of you guys might have something like a coach's code of conduct or something like that. Again, that's a very boss move, not boss move in a cool way. That's a very, this is what you're going to do. It says that you have to turn up this early. It says you have to wear this shirt. That's very authoritarian, and a lot of coaches will kick back against that. So instead, we're going to change the word to a coach's standards, and we're going to work together with our coaches at our coaches meeting to build them together. So you lead it by saying, how early do you think you guys should be turning up for class? Should we be wearing a coach's uniform? This is all revolving around the member experience, right? So what do you guys think is going to be best for the member? Now, you still get the outcome that you want. Obviously, you're leading these questions to get the outcome that you want. So you still get the list of coaching standards that you originally wanted, but instead of you just writing them up and pushing them in front of your coaches and saying, do this or else, you're all involved, which means you're all invested, right? The coaches are a lot more likely to stick to standards that they were a part of. And it also shows that you trust them and that you value their input. And then you print that out, you send it out to everybody, 2 copies, you both sign it, they sign it, you sign it, they get a copy, you get a copy, now everybody's held accountable, right? So, I know that's a long answer, but how do we get our coaches to share our vision? First, we have to make sure that they understand who is our member, right? Because if they don't understand who the member is, they can't have empathy that will lead them to understanding the vision. So first, who is our member? Understanding that. Second, what is our mission statement or our vision in a very simple, non-bullshit way? And then third, how do we achieve that mission every day by using a set of standards and get them involved with that? Hit those 3 steps. You can do it all in one meeting. By the way, please pay your coaches for the meeting, or at least provide them with beer and donuts. Do that all in one meeting, and at the end of it, you'll have coaches that are very, very much on board. I hope that helps, guys. If you've got any questions, drop a comment or send me a personal message anytime. Cheers.